Hello guys and welcome back to Disco Elysium. So we found our body and we can now investigate some stuff. We found some magnesium over there and there seemed to be something on the ground, so...
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here.
Okay, so what kind of boots?
Heavy workers' boots with reinforced toes and hobnails, all over the yard. Isn't this something an industrial worker would wear?
Could be. Lieutenant worker boot tracks.
Noted.
The lieutenant takes out his little notebook and we got a white check. Visual calculus 28. Not very good, but let's try.
What do you think you are? A super detective? You're hungover. These are just dents in the mud. No pattern emerges for the time being.
Okay. Let's leave. That's unfortunate. Now we can interact with the body.
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth.
The writing in Disco Elysium is absolutely phenomenal. I do like that the narrator is talking very specific details.
You seem to be holding your breath.
Yeah, we have a hangover. Look down.
A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in even through your clenched nostrils.
God, what is that? Why is it so bad?
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
Yes, yes.
He's about to blow! Cop's gonna blow, Kuno!
Kuno is the character on the left side. So we have a white check. Let's go. Let go of your nose without throwing up. I really hope this works.
As you breathe in, the odor comes over you. It's a smell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your hands at your sides and your eyes squinting,
okay,
you stand in it.
I'm really glad that white check succeeded, because you can throw up and then you need to get some medicine, and after that you still have a chance to throw up, and then you have to wait like, was it like 30 minutes? Do they always do that?
They do after 7 days, yes. We are deep in decomposition here.
Oh, it started to snow. Step closer.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enameled boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength.
Okay. The first thing I'm gonna do is the number 4. Look him in the eye.
His eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home, just subaquatic terrors there.
Got it?
Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The death's head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess.
Tell me who you are, dead man. 42%.
The corpse is dead silent. You have no idea why you just said that.
Okay, I think we can try it again if we put a little bit more skills to Inland Empire.
Who is he? He is male, 4250, with an athletic build.
The reason why I wanted to make this because we got some interesting dialogue about our main character. Back off.
The corpse looks right through you as you distance yourself from its stench. Eyes like a shark.
Okay. Inspect the boots.
The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them.
Okay. Continue.
Delicate, and fragile. They feel alien to the world around you, out of place somehow. These are clearly not boots. They're armor, possibly part of a larger set.
These aren't just boots, are they? They are armor.
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots.
Okay. I'm still very sorry if I mispronounce some words or my lack of reading is I wouldn't say lack of reading, but my reading is terrible. What kind of armor is this exactly?
Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be.
Where?
Under the heel. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff.
The material looks out of place here. I mean, sure they do.
It is. It's expensive.
The lieutenant draws a line in the condensation of the ceramic with his index finger.
We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics.
Right. How much are we talking about?
For a full set, about 4 years of wages.
Oh. Ka-ching, baby.
By catching, do you mean let's not log them as evidence? Let's steal them?
No, that's not what I meant.
Of course.
The lieutenant nods often. It's part of his unplastic expression range, communicating both professionalism and sarcasm. This time, the latter.
What happened to the rest of it?
The locals probably scavenged it. It would be odd if he had more on after 7 days.
I mean, I guess.
We should keep a lookout for these pieces. The armor could yield information. Maybe he'll know something.
He nods towards the red-haired boy, eyeing you suspiciously.
If you wear those pieces, it will help me protect your mortal coil.
Why does my mortal coil need protecting?
Yes, bullets will fly. They always do. And the coil is fleshy and mush and permeable. Cast it in ceramic shell. Resist death.
Maybe he was just wearing these boots and there is no rest of the armor? I don't believe that. Understood?
The sabatons dangle off the man's decaying form. Ageless and synthetic.
How could this man afford such expensive hardware?
That's for us to find out. Mr. Gart implied he was security personnel for the harbor company. This confirms my own assumptions.
Right. This looks pretty advanced for a security guard.
I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford.
Yes, knock on the boot?
A small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup.
Continue.
Suddenly, your biceps coil up. Your elbow is sharp and cocked for a punch.
Well, punch it harder.
Your fist connects to the boot with the same ding. The sound does not appear to get louder.
Okay.
The only difference is a barely audible click underneath. Sounds like the end of a long dice roll.
Did you hear that? A click?
Yes, like dice rolling.
This is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads the incoming energy horizontally, from plate to plate. When the plates connect, there's a click. That's the sound you heard. See these lines?
Yes.
Faint, organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates until there are hundreds of them altogether.
The thing I really like about Disco Elysium, even though the art style in a gameplay is really simple, it shows you just enough all the details that they are talking about. Which is actually impressive. Pull the boot off.
The stench fills your nostrils. As you push downward, an ominous creaking sound comes from above.
I know this is a bad idea, but...
Stop!
The lieutenant's voice is sharp. He looks at you with the boot under your arm.
Pig's gonna pull his head off?
Yeah, I mean, the body has been hanging there 7 days, so...
Brutal!
Oh, this is a bad idea, isn't it?
You're going to pull his head off.
Yes?
Do it, homo!
I'm not a homo.
Stop obsessing about your sexuality, officer. You are about to seriously compromise the coroner's case.
Yes. Calm down, Kim.
What are you trying to achieve anyway? Why are you hanging on to that boot?
These boots will go super well with my bell-bottom pants. This is advanced enemy technology. We should conduct research into their weakness. Are we not detectives? There may be clues inside the boot. Yes?
Maybe we should concentrate on what's outside the boot and leave what's inside to the boys at processing? Just this once. Besides,
He taps on the boot.
there's no way you're getting them off. All the organic matter in his body has been flowing down into the boots. They are fused to his feet now. Why do you think the locals haven't scavenged them yet?
You made a good point.
You're sure there's a way to peel them off, but first the body needs to be down. And second, it would probably be better if the lieutenant wasn't around.
Sounds like a plan.
The anticipation makes you crack your fingers. Feels nice. Nice and cracky.
What's going to happen to the boots then?
Processing will take care of them. With the situation in the morgue, it will yield nothing. But we must pick our fights. Should we continue?
Okay. Back off and look at the corpse.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos, and extremities blotched pink and blue.
Inspect the belt.
The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch. Oh my, there's something on the belt. A familiar word that speaks to the thirst within you.
What was that? A word?
Vermilion, in yellow letters, along the length of the twisting cargo belt. Only a deep longing for vermilion golden spirits lets you decipher the fading logo of the local brewery.
I should get a drink.
No, you should not get a drink. You should perform an initial inspection of the victim's corpse. We are on the rope part.
Don't be a downer, Kim. What kind of rope is this?
Industrial strength. The kind used for tying cargo to lorries.
Like in a harbor?
Yes, it looks like they use whatever was on hand, paying no attention to not incriminating themselves.
We're assuming dock workers from the harbor did it. Question mark?
The brief suggested as much, politically motivated by the ongoing strike. Did you not get a briefing?
My past has undergone total annihilation. Nothing remains. My mother, the love of my life, certainly not a briefing.
Okay, you should ask me for one the first moment we get.
They sure wanted him to stay there. The polyester seems strong.
It's not merely polyester, it's steel reinforced. See these lines? This is where the wires run. I see rabbits for more than 20 strands.
Okay.
This makes getting him down much more problematic than I had assumed.
How did they even get him up there?
A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around.
He points to the buckle tie in the belt to the branch above. No, I was just looking at the rope is quite short, actually.
I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt. Buckle closes. It's what I would do. Seems easier than climbing up there.
Back off and look at the corpse.
The cadaver hangs from the cargo belt, limbs limp and torso covered in tattoos.
Inspect the tattoos.
An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart.
Is this a map of a night sky?
A map of the stars. I do see some similarity to astronomical charts. Great Century Messinian, maybe. But this seems more particular. Customized somehow.
Yeah, like this, the game was telling me what kind of a tattoo he has, and you can kinda see it. So yeah. I love the details.
As if someone left out most of the night sky, filtering it through personal choice. The principle of this filter remains unknown to you. The thought dissipates, and you feel as though you were only half right.
I'm missing something here.
So am I.
A sudden ringing fills the air as the lieutenant pulls down the zipper of his orange jacket.
He wears a wide leather belt around his waist and a gun holster under his arm. He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears. Some sort of camera.
What's that?
A Truget Sunshine. Mini.
Got it.
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
An instant color camera.
He produces two metal-capped ampoules and clicks them into place on the side of the apparatus. A thin slot shines there.
I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
He points the camera at the corpse, peering into it. The lens needs adjusting, then...
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
Cool.
In case we need it.
The lieutenant says and shakes the paper, letting it dry in the cold wind. On it, a color-perfect copy of the dead man's tattooed chest. I mean, yeah, cool machine.
Yes. It is pretty cool, isn't it?
He slides the camera close and tucks it away on his belt.
There is only one ampoule left. Use it wisely.
Okay, so... I think that's important information. What do we need this bottle for?
It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter. To us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it around.
Can I have it? I should look at it later without the corpse smell.
Sure. Just don't lose it.
He hands you the piece of rolled up photo paper. It's no larger than a pack of cigarettes.
The glossy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the chemical rainbow on the photo paper, teeming with opportunistic organisms.
Squint and take a step back.
As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink.
Observe.
Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air.
I'm squinting, Kim. Why am I doing it?
How should I know why you are squinting, officer?
Squint harder. His face and hands are pink. Thighs too. The rest is greenish.
Oh. You are trying to assess lividity.
Relax your eyes.
The monster comes back into focus, an explosion of color, coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid streams down his thigh and onto his boot.
Yeah, sounds nice.
So, what do you think?
I think he's dead.
I agree.
Wonderful.
Totally dead.
Totally.
Absolutely.
He's beaten up, see the bruises? I don't know what to think. What do you think?
I think he was upright immediately after death. Blood has gathered in his hands and feet, and his neck.
He points to his flattened chin.
The noose acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis here is in tune with the hanging. That's what I think.
I really like Kim's accent. Yep, seems like a lynching to me.
Everything here seems to corroborate that assumption, but we should still get him down before assigning a probable cause of death.
Cover your nose, something is coming out of him.
A pool of blood and feces has eaten into the frozen mud below the man's feet. Purge liquid is dripping into it, drop by drop.
The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of digestion at the time of death.
Yes. How lovely.
The fuck are you saying?
Shut up, Kuno.
Talking about shit.
We got lucky. Maybe he went to the toilet some time before death. Got rhyme. I'm a... Beep. Turn around and yell. We got lucky.
Did we? I don't feel lucky.
Yeah. He's beaten up. See the bruises?
I do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them. The delinquents have made our jobs harder with their little sport.
Oh yeah, the little guy was throwing rocks.
Stop talking in riddles, coin slot.
Shut up, Kuno.
He means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal like.
Okay. Back off and catch your breath.
But there is no breath to catch. Only the cadaver filling the air and your nostrils. He slowly rotates before you, decomposing.
So, how do we get him down?
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's done.
He stops to think, then checks his notes. I think this is a good way to tell us that this is like a point of no return. You should really look around first. I agree. Step back and have another look first.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos, and extremities blotched pink and blue.
Let's leave first. So yeah, there are actually a couple ways to get this body down. The one way is to go to the docks and you can get some help from there. The second one is to shoot the body down, which I actually want to do. But I think I need more hand and eye coordination to do that. So first, let's go to this trash can here.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, "Whirling in rags."
Why am I looking at you, trash container? You're just a trash container.
Just a trash container. There is no such thing. Your fingers start to itch just looking at that padlock.
How do we get the lock open?
We could try using a pry bar. There's one in my motor carriage, or...
No or, pry bar.
We might want to ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one. And he also has information.
Okay, Kim. And I know we can inspect this one too. Let's try.
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic.
Again, with the small details you can actually see the tracks. Why am I looking at this?
Cop habit. You look at everything.
Agree?
This isn't case related, you think.
What kind of vehicle drove through here?
Hard to say. Your vision is blurred and you're having difficulty concentrating thanks to your relentless hangover.
So visual calculus medium 28%. Reconstruct the movement.
No, these tracks are not interesting at all. Let the street sweeper just sweep them away.
Okay. Not now. Well, that's a bummer. And then there seems to be a trash can here. And there are bottles inside of them. So we need a plastic bag. Which is here. Good day, sir. You hear the distant call of seabirds. Thank you. Now we can equip it. Yeah, I remember this one. A little bit money over here. Because there is a machine in one store that you can return the bottles and get money from it. A splatter of bullet holes lines the wall. Yeah, it's actually a good thing to interact with each one of these, because you can gain more experience from them. The address broken window? Tips has windows. Take all. Nice. Pick all the bottles. This coin-operated viewer has been backed up. Inoperable. Okay. Some great tectonic force has cracked the pavement, like an eggshell. More bottles. I think we are ready to go inside first. Let's get the key from Karse. Hello, Karse.
Real mature, man. What exactly were you trying to accomplish? You do understand you still owe me money, right?
I do. I should heal my morale first. Continue.
Damn, your feet thought we got away.
We are continuing with the same conversation, of course. I'm sorry. I know it was irresponsible of me to run. You have to understand, I was desperate.
You know what? The stupid drinks you've had are on the house. You know why? Because I know you can't pay for them. Not because you ran away.
Okay.
Now, I still have to charge you for 3 nights and the broken window. That's 100 square.
Well, thank you for your cooperation.
Don't thank me yet. You still owe me 100 real. If you don't have it by tonight, I can't let you up there.
He points upstairs towards your room. I'm not actually sure. I guess you have a way to pay all 100 real.
Now, what the hell did you want? I assume you wanted something to come back here.
Is the trash container out back yours?
Mine? No, it belongs to the Whirling in Rags.
Well, duh.
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked?
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbors too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company.
Sure.
I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container?
Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you.
I wonder what this feeling is.
Prod at him and find out.
Okay, doesn't seem callous to you, guarding even your leftovers from the poor.
Callous? What are you, Kras Mazov? Almost all establishments in Revachol keep their trash locked. The Whirling in Rags is not special in that regard.
Got it. We need those keys.
What do you need them for?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please.
I've seen something here at the whirling cartel. A thing I need to talk about. By the way, I'm going to sing karaoke here.
Absolutely out of the question.
Come on, Carter.
Absolutely in the question.
Yes.
First we find a sad banger. Then we sing this place to shit.
Goodbye. Okay, so I think that...
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already?
Okay, so I made a mistake, so my save file was a little bit earlier than I thought. An hour?
Sweet Lord, a whole hour. And you haven't thought about rum and lemonade in all that time? You've truly extinguished all trace of yourself.
Okay, I've been secretly thinking about it all this time. Actually, should I be thinking about this? Looks like drinking hasn't turned out too well for me. Now that you mention it, I do need a rum and lemonade. I'll love for Carter to serve me up a beverage. Maybe later. I've been secretly thinking about it all this time.
There he is. The old boy, the devil. You rascal, you. Let's celebrate right now by licking that stain off the counter. Do it. It'll be wild.
Lick it. But only a little.
Calmly, the lieutenant looks out of the window. Then to you, licking the tasty rum stain off the counter. But only a little. Then out of the window again.
What are you doing?
Investigating.
We should move.
Okay.
A real drink would go well with those cigarettes you're looking for. That's a great combination.
I'm like a dog, Kim. So I'm gonna keep saving, because it seems like my save file, the last save file that I had, didn't save. So right now I don't have the ID card anymore. Oh, bummer. Well, let's just move on.
This Post Lavantorie mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front.
And I checked that I have all these in the same place, and I do have all the other items except the ID card. Oh god.
A faint sticker on the side reads, RCM Emergencies Desk number 8102, with a slogan, Mankind, be vigilant.
Good mail delivery box. Bad the box.
The box seems happy. Eat shit pig, fucked by the coon, and St. G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore, and best set mailbox also.
I feel you, mail collection box.
The mail collection box seems cathartic, thankful even. So do you. You shudder, then you swallow. And then suddenly, you see it. Over all the other graffitos, someone has, using the tip of a very sharp knife, cut the words, Revachol forever.
That's the second time we see this sentence, Revachol forever. I think that has some deep meaning. Fuck you, mail delivery box. I will lose 1 health from that action. I'm just gonna leave. The mail delivery box is doing its job, so... Maybe I should talk to you first.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with?
I have some questions for you.
Of course. What can I help you with?
Who are you, exactly?
Me? I am just a gardener.
Okay.
She hides it well, but behind the sweat and dirt there is something else in her rigid posture.
Okay, I don't get it. There's more to you than that. I know that In specific choices, if we threw up in the crime scene, we can get those yellow gloves from her. Good to meet you, Chester Gardener. Another question then.
I am pleased to meet you too, officer.
Oh,
Me?
She hides it well, but behind the sweat and dirt there is something
cool.
else in her rigid posture.
Okay, cool. And what are you doing here?
I am working.
Working on what?
I have a greenhouse in the yard there. I've been trying to get some work done.
She gestures over her shoulder. But I guess the corpse?
Well, as you probably know, there's a corpse hanging from a tree there. It smells pretty bad, so I have to take breaks.
Understandable.
Don't worry, miss. We are here to clean it up. You can get to work soon.
Thank you. My head is about to explode from all the salts I've had to inhale.
Yeah, there was a small hint that she has salts. I have to run, leave.
Of course. I won't hold you back.
She wipes her brow with a canary yellow glove.
If there's a corpse, then you're going to need those gloves for the autopsy.
One more thing, can I borrow your gloves?
Sure, keep them. I have another pair.
She hands you the rubber gloves with no visible annoyance. Thank you. Nice. Okay. So, let's make a small call then.
Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and white livery, bearing the number 57. Vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. It hasn't had time to cool off yet.
Continue.
This must be the infernal machine that tore you from oblivion.
If you remember, we got a phone number to Sylvie, who works in the hotel. Open the door.
In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge. A scent of leatherwork and heavy fuel oils washes over you.
Pull out the pull-out toolbox.
A metallic drawer slides out from under the seat and clicks into place. The tools inside are neatly organized.
Yeah, Kim said that he has some tools. In here?
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools, like some men are.
He's clearly a little protective of his tools. But what can you do? Work is work.
I'm gonna take all of them. Take the red type pry bar.
The pry bar feels nice and cold in your hand, heavier than you'd think. Cold and heavy, like truth. You feel like you're reunited with truth once more.
Okay.
Useful for opening all sorts of doors and lids.
Take the rubber-handled chain cutters.
The handles are long and sleek. Snap, snap, go the cutters in your hand.
Continue.
You can do good work with these. Cut chains, locks, and ropes, especially belts.
Yeah, I think we are gonna need chain cutters to cut off the belt from the corpse. Take the hand crank flashlight.
It's robust, weatherproof, and well-made. Police issue, blue.
Okay.
Lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise miss.
Push in the pull-out toolbox.
The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers and the radio on its hook.
Pick up the radio.
The frequency tableau lights up and the green button labeled Prime Line glows like a feline eye. And then you hear something. The soft purr of electrical kittens. Radio waves cast far and wide over the metropolis. A woman's voice greets you through the static.
This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant. How may I assist you?
I'm still surprised how many voice actors they have in this game.
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st Precinct here. I'm putting him on.
Operating the radio is easy. Just be confident. You've probably done it 1,000 times.
Sure, why not? Come in, Delta 10. This is Firewalker. Copy.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
You could swear she was friendlier with the with the lieutenant.
Under the green prime line, a yellow saved button catches your eye. I wonder what Kim's default radio station is.
I need you to connect me to a civilian, Sylvie. She may have reported a murder.
Of course. What is the number, officer?
Kim didn't Carter give you Sylvie's number?
Yes, hold on. Her number is 005 1944 298.
Continue.
Received. Hold on, officer.
Wait patiently. Patiently.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi slowly begins to tap a little rhythm with his right foot. Quite a lot of time has passed.
Oh.
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you.
Wonderful.
Yes, hello?
A female voice greets you through static. It sounds like she's miles away from here. Sylvie, I believe we met before. This is me, a detective from Rolling in Rags.
Oh, right. Hello, officer. What can I do for you?
She recognizes your voice almost immediately. Immediately.
There is no resentment in her tone. She wants you to ask her out. No question about it.
Okay, electrochemistry. I don't know where did you get that, but you quit your job at the Whirling? Why?
You mean, why did I leave the bar? Honestly, I'm not really comfortable discussing it with you, sir.
You can hear her tense up on the other side. Wait, why aren't you comfortable discussing it with me?
Let's just say I left because I needed to get away from someone.
Get away from whom?
You know whom.
Alright, I won't push you on this. Are you ever coming back to work?
Maybe, I don't know.
She seems to...
I just know I have to take some time off right now.
Yeah, those small breaks really threw me off. She seems to relax a little bit. Was it you who called the police?
No, not me.
But why didn't you call? Did the corpse behind your workplace bother you?
What? Of course it bothered me. But I thought the union already knew about the corpse.
What does this union have to do with anything?
No one calls the police. The union would get angry.
You can hear her adjust the receiver in her hand. What do you mean by that?
You know, what the union says goes. People listen to them and they take care of their own, which is like everyone here.
Wait, Kim? Lower your microphone. Is she speaking truth? The union is the law around here?
Legally, no. In reality, yes. Martinez is de facto policed by the dock workers union.
Okay. Looks like there's a limit to my authority then. Tell me, why exactly did you let a corpse hang in your own backyard for weeks instead of calling us? Push on.
I didn't want to get in trouble with the others.
Push her further. Show her the error of her ways.
What others? Let me get this straight. You ignored the law to save your own skin? What others?
The other people who live around here. Local people. I didn't want trouble.
What trouble?
You don't live here. You don't understand. Squealing is frowned upon here. Everything is dealt with, well, by the union, internally. Please, I just didn't want any trouble.
So let me get this straight. You ignored the law to save your own skin?
I didn't know I had to report it. I thought someone would take him down eventually.
Her voice breaks.
The fucking nerves on her. Trying to hide behind weakness. You're a god. An angry but just god.
I am a god. You report me, not the Union. Is it clear? I think that's a little bit too much. It's a little late for tears, isn't it? Should have used them to summon the police earlier. It's okay, things happen. Not really your fault. Yeah, let's be nice to her.
Yes, I know. It's just... Was there anything else?
Do you know who made the call?
No, sorry. I don't. Not a lot of people have phones around here. Copper thieves take the wires.
Right.
People don't have the money to have the cables put in again. They use the Union's phone, or the one on the coast.
Union's phone. Okay.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
Okay, next question.
Yeah, go on.
Hey, do you want to grab a cup of coffee with me sometime?
No, absolutely not.
Come on.
That came so fast, you can't but wonder what else she would be good at.
Yes, what will she be good at?
Baseball, ring-a-bell quiz shows, catching keys in the air, petting an angry cat.
Okay.
I don't know what to tell you. Okay. I do hope so. Please, don't call me again. Bye.
I just didn't want to be really rude to her. Empathy. Wait, why does she seem angry with you? +1. Quick to tell you off. -1 made her cry earlier. -1. You asked her out. Well, let's try it.
Yes, you have obviously done something to upset her at the Whirling in Rags, when she was still working there.
So this is the first time I get this. Wait, before you go, you're mad at me, right? Tell me, what did I do? I can't remember anything.
I'm not mad, it's just... You were so drunk and so emotional all the time, and then the skua thing happened. It just made me want to quit.
The skua is the bird inside. What skua thing?
The stuffed bird, the great skua. You threw it against the wall while screaming, "Fuck that bird," and laughing like a maniac. I think you said it had been giving you shit ever since you got there.
Okay. This sounds like me, alright. This doesn't sound anything like me. I love birds. Bitch bird got what was coming to her. Why do I always end up screwing everything up? This sounds like me, alright.
Didn't seem like you had fun doing it, though.
You're telling me that I was the one who made you want to quit?
Yes, obviously. You were the worst client I've ever seen. And I have seen so many assholes in this place.
Continue?
I've had sailors fighting, union guys grabbing my ass, kids stealing booze. Once a guy was glued to the karaoke machine every night for 2 months. But you...
Okay, go on. I want to know what I did.
Well, you were worse than all of them. Honestly, you were getting borderline aggressive.
Do I get a medal?
Even about little things like not turning down the volume at 3 a.m. I even liked one of those songs you kept listening to on repeat. No more. I hate it now.
Hold on, which song?
We Go On by the O.O. I can't listen to it anymore. You've turned it into a parody.
I'm gonna heal my morale. Sorry about the song.
To hell with that song.
Oh god.
Then there was your room. Your project. An experiment to see how bad it can get in there. I tried to send the cleaner, but you wouldn't let me. Threatened to make me understand. I had no idea what you meant, and I don't want to know.
Okay.
And then you screamed something about how you're actually a real cool guy, and no one understands it. One of the coolest guys there is. The coolest guy in Jamrock. Something about disco, too.
Sounds intense. I really don't like where this is going. Especially the last dialogue from her.
And then I had to deal with your toilet. The one you clogged with police documents, causing water damage downstairs in the kitchen.
Okay.
I won't even mention you waving your gun around, harassing customers, threatening to sing karaoke, threatening to kill yourself.
Wait, police documents?
The ones I had to wrench out of your toilet.
What happened to them?
Damn it, I don't remember what I did to your damn papers. I don't remember every little thing I do.
Resentment gives you way too concern in her voice.
She's worried she might have accidentally done something bad. Then she remembers it's you.
Right.
Especially when there's a hurricane loose. It's your fault for losing them, not mine.
I mean, yeah.
Something in you wants to immediately forget about this, as if there was a reason you threw them away.
Okay, I get it. I wasn't very good tenant.
No, you really weren't. You were simply the worst.
I'm truly sorry for everything, Sylvie. I was trying to show you the world of tomorrow. The great panic at the end. Well, you're the worst tavern wench I've ever seen. Girl, just loosen up a little. Don't you ever party? Okay. Huh. I don't even know what to say. I was trying to show you the world of tomorrow. The great panic at the end.
God, I knew I shouldn't have brought it up. Just try not to call me again, and let's pretend it never happened.
What else did I sing beside the you? I'm looking for a song.
Oh, all sorts of things. Some disco, rock too. So much disco and rock.
Was I singing The Smallest Church in St. John's?
Yes, that's the one you like to sing along to the most. The later it got, the more that one came on.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. You still have to find a copy though, before you can blast it.
Right. Thank you for talking with me. Take care.
You hear a sigh of relief on the other end of the radio. Wordless, the call breaks. Then, the already familiar voice.
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
So I could connect with my co-workers, but I'm not gonna do that just yet. I can connect with Sylvie again. Maybe. Ignore Alice and press the button labeled saved. Yeah.
As always, it's DJ Mesh and Felicio, and you're listening to Street Freaks FM, bringing you the hottest, the nastiest, the most vulgar.
Okay.
A flock of seagulls takes off nearby, startled by the roaring radio.
Continue.
Right away, the lieutenant reaches into the cabin and turns off the radio. He's not looking at you as he says,
Was that like a... Okay.
Someone must have been messing with the radio, or maybe it picked up a random frequency. You wanted a prime line, right?
Speed Freaks FM, huh? Look him in the eye.
Oh, is that what it was called?
Yeah, Kim.
go for it. Turn the radio back on while it's still on the Speed Freaks FM.
Yeah, pick up the radio again.
Souped up motor carriage for one bad mama's boy. For the heavier foot and the freaky arm.
God damn it.
The lieutenant moves quick as a viper as he switches off the radio and sets it on prime line. Then he turns to you.
Look, it helps me to stay alert on long nights, okay? It's a method. I'm not some kind of speed freak or...
He shakes his head furiously, staring at his feet. Okay, Kim, you're a motorhead. What about heavy of foot?
You would be too if you had this motor carriage.
He snaps half seriously.
But seriously, let's quit joking around, alright? We have a case to investigate.
He turns back to the cabin.
This is Precinct 57. Can I connect it to someone?
I'm done with the radio for now.
57's over and out.
Her voice disappears into the void.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Kim, what are we looking at? What is this machine?
This is the Cupri's Kinema. my motor carriage. You can use the toolbox and the radio if you'd like.
This must be what woke me up when you arrived in Martinez. The infernal noise.
Yes, sorry about that. The Kupris Kinema does have a rather distinctive engine sound.
Yes.
He says it with very badly concealed pride.
Do all policemen in the RCM have such cool motor carriages?
The Kupris motorcar does provide most of our patrol vehicles, yes.
But this is different. This is a sports model.
I might be wrong, but this one is a sports model, right?
You're right. I didn't take you for a motorcar enthusiast. Do you also like tip-top, detective?
A smile spreads over his face as he pats his machine. So yeah, Kim likes cars. What's tip-top?
An interstellary racing series. You should definitely give it a go if you like motor carriages. It has fantastic competition.
He smiles again. Okay, so Kim likes cars. Look around the cabin again.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers.
Yeah, close the door. So, I think we got a small hint where our documents are.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, whirling in rags.
Okay, so there's a -10, because tool not equipped. But open the padlock with the key.
With a well-oiled crack, the lock pops open. It should now be possible to simply raise the lid. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't.
Shut up, Inland.
Maybe you shouldn't. Of course you should. This is your time to shine, Hobocop. Dive into that dumpster for extra content.
What's this?
Just the feeling. A warning from some part of you.
Okay, open the lid.
The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
Okay, good. And we had a level. And an eye coordination. Level up. Continue.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
Look under the boxes of carton.
You see milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. Some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar. You've done this before. The movements are recorded in your elbows. The methodology in your fingers. You're used to this.
Used to what? Dumpster diving?
No, searching for evidence in the trash.
Ah, got it.
Good practice for dumpster diving.
Dive further.
A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below. And turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however.
Pick at the rags.
Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers.
Grab them.
As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air.
The victim's clothes? Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay.
Yes.
Drop them in here, officer.
The lieutenant produces a plastic bag marked evidence from his pocket, like the trousers.
Guitar marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too. A white belt. The loops appear stretched, but
He looks into the container.
the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? I have another bag here.
Okay, so was the belt expensive?
Something slimy catches your eye.
Reach for it.
A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
Back the shirt.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. Anything more?
He nods to himself.
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. Just garbage.
That's all, I think.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force.
He knows there was a red-haired boy behind him. Okay, we need to ask the kids who put them here. You think someone from the Welling might have been involved, maybe?
Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash, the lid was locked, and his establishment had the key. It's just a small loose thread.
Yes. Okay, proceed.
The lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container.
Let's search the food waste.
It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels, mostly. Unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey. What's this?
What's this, elbows out? There's nothing more here. What?
A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something.
Pick it out?
They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes, written in a man's handwriting.
Okay, so I found my police documents.
Officer, is that your paperwork?
I don't know what this is.
It is. Look, the plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form in there.
A miserable-looking slip of paper sticks to the board.
If you don't mind my asking, how could you have let your paperwork end up in the trash?
I mean, I must have been cramping my style. It has a foreboding quality to it. Maybe I needed to lose it for the great bloodletting to begin. I think I didn't want to be a cop anymore. That's why I tried to flush my cop life down the toilet.
Well,
He doesn't know what to say.
lucky we found it. You should take stock of what remains, just to be sure some has not made it into the hands of the RCM's adversaries. Organized crime and the like. There might have been police secrets in your notes.
Okay, I'll do that.
It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
Dig in Hobocop style for extra content. Hell yeah!
Wow, an Armistice caliber 50 knock cannon, half wrapped in paper tissues. So shiny.
What's a knock cannon?
It's a giant rifle, and it's very expensive. Not as expensive as that fat string of pearls snaking around the rotten banana peels, however.
What?
And is that Cordon Electric's preamp with Electra F2 tubes? It is. That catches quite a price. We're talking 12,000, easy. Unless you're into hi-fi yourself.
I think the trash container is bullshitting me. I'm into hi-fi.
That's too bad, because none of those things are actually in there. There's just food waste and crisp wrappings.
A grilled chest. There must be something. I knew it. We throw from the dumpster cavernous depths. No. We must search.
All you see is a broken mug with a racist depiction of the Yellow Man frolicking in saffron.
An antique?
Only in its social sensibility.
Take the mug. The lieutenant briefly glances at the mug, then returns his sight to the trash. Close the lid.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
Okay,
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
leave. So, what did we find? A broken-eared mug somehow made its way into the whirling in rags dumpster. It depicts a person of Samaran descent frolicking in a field of saffron flowers. Bucktooth and grinning mightily. It seemed to be a cheap knockoff of some colonial era antique. Okay. Right. Sorry, Kim. Let's check around first before we interact with the body more.
Inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite.
Why am I looking at this pile of the roofing material?
Because there's a secret door hidden behind the panels of Eternite. That's why they're too orderly.
Pull the panels aside.
There it is. You see a shabby little door.
More experience.
What is this then? A tool shed? Let's investigate.
Yes. So, through here, we can find an alternative route to get into the docks. An empty tube of manganese and magnesium supplement. I am thinking of taking this route, but it's quite difficult actually. Got Big's head. It looks mummified, and there's a lot of fly reference. The poster says, "Get out of the way or get effed up." More money. A silver plate with traces of bone yellow powder.
Be still, my beating heart. It's amphetamine. Sweet amphetamine.
Continue.
The lieutenant isn't studying the powder in the mirror. He's studying you.
I've heard amphetamines makes you a really good detective. Are you a really good detective?
No, I'm just a regular detective, thank you very much.
Okay. Someone has taken narcotics here. Perhaps the police should interfere?
Perhaps not. This is below our pay grade, detective. However...
He points to the ladder in the corner.
See that ladder there? It's probably another way into the industrial harbor, no? A secret path the local kids use.
And so this place seems to be the hideout of the two kids outside. Maybe. And here we are outside. And look at this. There seems to be something up there. Just gonna check this road first. Restoration pillars keeps the runes together. This doorway is going to collapse soon. Because the road that I want to take, there's a specific skill that we need to make that white check. That's one health. Nice. More money. Man, I'm rich. So this one.
Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing here. When the wind ruffles the cloak, you can most definitely see a white rectangle on its back.
You son of a gun. It's a cop's cloak.
Yes, it's probably yours. It bears the RCM insignia, and you have a habit of being careless with your equipment.
It chooses to drop.
You could probably make the jump. You look like you've done some track and field in your day.
Okay, we'll look around first.
The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous crane towering in the distance over the container yard.
Man, the art style is still really beautiful.
That machine is a Kvalsund 1020 HK.
Kvalsund. Mother effer, let out a whistle. Now that's a huge crane.
Yes, that's one way of putting it. It's certainly an impressive achievement of engineering.
He turns to you with a faint smile, then looks back at the crane.
But I digress. We were focusing on your cloak here.
He looks at the sad piece of fabric flapping in the wind. So... 17%. Savoir faire. You really think this cloak is mine? Should I go for it, chump?
The cloak? I do think it's yours, yes. As to whether you should go for it...
He looks over the ledge at the cold pavement below.
Well, it doesn't seem too dangerous. 2 meter stops. Whenever you're ready to do it, I'll be right behind you.
Okay. Yeah, not right now. So we're not gonna do that just yet, but there is a way to get the succeed percent higher. I think it's taking off our pants and shoes.
A tarpaulin cloak with possible RCA
42%.
is
Okay. Let's not do that just yet. So, let's get this body down.
the man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants.
The
17.
steel reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt.
Yeah. I really like that this game gives you a small hint that you need something, or there is something that you could need. Like the chain cutters. We already have them.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting it.
And there it is. Maybe we could shoot him down.
Yeah! Bang bang time, pig! Shoot his head off!
Shut up, Gnoes.
How?
Just shoot the belt. The bullet will break it.
It absolutely will not, officer. That's not how physics work. It will maybe cut one thread loose.
Right.
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain a Kuno with some shit.
Okay.
They'll miss! The pigs will miss Kuno!
Take the shot, Lieutenant. What's the worst thing that could happen? Hitting the body?
I'll blow his head off.
Yeah.
Take it! Take the shot!
Yeah, take the shot. Kuno wants some of that shit.
I'm sure you do.
Silence. With his elbow sharp, the lieutenant unzips his jacket
Aww.
and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks, securing it in place. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's desk position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
Shoot that motherfucker down.
He's gonna fucking miss!
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps back and says to himself,
God damn it.
It's okay.
"A lot of things were wrong with that shot. The fellow's test was the wrong choice. His shoulders were raised, but above all, he cannot trust his eyesight."
Fucking idiot! Muckaba asshole!
So yeah, Kunoes is talking with different languages. Basically saying that I'm a dickhead.
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he?
Oh, come on. Shut up, Kuno. It's okay, man.
Kuno's sorry too. Kuno feels sorry for the Beano Cloud.
The lieutenant doesn't say a word, just looks at the gun in his hand.
Try again, maybe?
No, we are lucky as it is. We didn't break anything, and the victim remains uncompromised.
He looks around at the windows overlooking the yard. I wonder if there is a chance that he could basically shoot the body down.
Any more mistakes could put us in an unfortunate position with the locals. We have eyes on us. I didn't do us any favors with that.
Okay, so what now?
I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance.
You know, you don't feel like too bad of a shot yourself.
Yes, I could try to shoot him down myself.
It's bad as it is, us shooting firearms like punks here. Go ahead, I'm not stopping you. Just don't hit the victim.
Yes. I'm gonna need your gun for this.
They only have one gun!
Oops.
Yep.
This is the sorriest pair of pigs Kuno's ever seen.
Officer, why do we only have one gun?
He asked, carefully loading his pistolet. Remember when I told you I didn't have my badge or uniform with me when I woke up? I didn't have my gun either.
That is even more unfortunate than the badge. You need to contact your station about it as soon as possible. Try not to lose this one, please.
Take the gun.
Yeah, take it, you fucking banana boyka. Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth.
Excuse me? Feel the weight first.
The cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your fingers fit right through the guard, instinctively resting on the trigger. You've held this, a P9 armistice, before. At some point it probably used to be your choice of firearm. It still feels comfortable, like you never laid it down.
Okay.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth.
Shut up, Kuno.
Kuno is silent. Aggression gathers in the air. The trigger feels delicate and ready to break under your finger.
Point the gun at the belt.
The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground and your left hand supporting your gun arm.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss.
Okay. 58%. Let's take it, or close your left eye first. Does it help?
Your field of view narrows. The branch slowly moves, becoming entirely two-dimensional. The metal buckle glimmers, catching the morning light as the corpse slowly rotates.
Look, he's crying. You gonna cry now, fucking faggoty?
I can shoot the kid? Well, pull the trigger. Yes! And it's down.
The buckle explodes into tiny pieces, coming loose with a whir. With your hand numb from the recoil, you look at the body slump down. For a moment, the man appears to kneel in front of you.
I'm so glad right now.
Looking straight at you, helpless, trapped within itself.
Who killed you?
Communism.
Yeah, our main character is crazy, so the hanged man is now talking to us.
It takes a millisecond for the association to flash within your cortex. You have no idea where it's coming from, only that it's right. Then the rigor in his muscles gives up, and he smashes sideways into the spring mud, letting out a horrid stench.
You've been policed.
Ace is high.
The lieutenant raises his right hand, waiting for you to slap it.
You could
yeah.
add an ace's low to it, if you like, by turning your back after the high and waiting for another.
Slap it and wait for aces low. Hell yeah.
The high arrives with a sharp slap. As you turn around, there is a moment of doubt. Feels like that low ain't gonna connect.
Aww.
Chill. It's gonna connect.
Come on, Kim.
But then it does, and with furious precision. The lieutenant is not one to leave an ace's low hanging.
I knew these guys were
What now?
We will perform a field autopsy and determine the cause of death. But before... Excuse me.
He needs to turn away from the corpse.
Slumped on the ground like that has not improved the way the corpse smells. The fall seems to have released something deep inside it.
Yeah. Of
The
course.
stench is getting bad. I'm sorry to interrupt the jubilations here. I need a little breather before we do the autopsy.
Alright. Give him back his gun.
In the meantime, we should try to interview Evrard Clare, the leader of the Union. Harbor property was clearly used in the hanging. The harbor just east of here. Getting in might prove a challenge, though.
Okay.
Or we could ask around for the representative of the logistics company. My initial information says the Wild Pines have sent some sort of strike negotiator to wrangle control back from Evrard.
Okay.
You could ask the gardener for directions.
Is this the famous list of initial interviews?
Yes. And those were the interviewees. Let's go.
He nods slowly. Now I'm really happy. I got a lot of things down, and the body is down. Wonderful. Thank you guys for watching. and see you on the next one.